Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless. Today we are looking at a game that in today's industry probably wouldn't get made, but despite this is an absolute classic. It is of course the game Bully. Now Bully was originally made 15 years ago now, way back in 2006, originally releasing on the PlayStation 2, now of course widely available on the Xbox, all the PlayStations apart from PlayStation 5 and of course the PC. And for anyone that doesn't actually recognize this game, it is a Rockstar classic. I actually managed to pick this up for as little as £5. Bully tells the story of a 15-year-old called Jimmy as he goes through the hilarity and awkwardness of adolescence. Beat jocks at dodgeball, play pranks on preps, save the nerds, kiss the gal, and navigate your way through the worst school around. As you progress through the fairly short missions, you will end up meeting and working your way through the various cliques throughout the game. Some of them liking you, some of them hating you, but in the end you will unlock the full map as you go. All while of course having to manage your time throughout the day, making sure that you actually attend classes being an optional side story. And for anyone that's never played Bully before, that's really all you need to know about what it is you actually do in this game. Personally, I actually played this game 15 years ago, and it was a brilliant game when it came out. And I remember everyone was very hopeful that a Bully 2 would actually get made. Unfortunately, it never did. And to be fair, that's very unsurprising, as you play basically the school bully, going around pinching gals' bums, stuffing nerds in lockers, and throwing firecrackers at other pupils' heads. None of which should be the typical behaviour you'd expect to see in schools. All while of course making sure that you are back in bed before curfew, because if you're not and you're caught by one of the prefects, you're quickly beaten and dragged to bed. However, this game is definitely full of character, and way back when was one of the first games released where it actually gave you real freedom to explore the game that it had to offer. I actually had a lot of fun re-exploring the game recently. It's a game that I haven't thought about in absolute years. In fact, I completely forgot that it even existed, to be honest with you. But jumping back into it, I was really surprised at just how well this game still played today. Now, it's not the prettiest game in the world, but everything that had to offer worked really well, except that is for the camera angles. The camera would still clip walls and just be a complete nuisance at times if you tried to control the camera, which you had the option to do. And besides the camera angle, there was one or two little side quests, little side missions that you kind of couldn't complete anymore. Unfortunately, the game just didn't seem to register that you were trying to, that you were putting in the right input, unfortunately. And that actually happened within one of the classes, the mini classes as well. But apart from those small instances where this game just maybe didn't compute well and when it got remastered, the game works really, really well. I was actually quite surprised. It even has a passable character customization where you can visit the different shops within the game buying different outfits. You also unlock the different outfits through certain missions that you pass throughout the game as well, helping add to the feeling that this is your game, your experience, and your story. And honestly, the voice acting within this game really isn't too bad. Most of the time, it is quite comical. When it does happen, it is only short. It's a very small scene usually, and you can actually skip them as well, which is also appreciated.
Yeah, Gary's a snake, and you're a psychopath.
Come on.
You both bullied me mercilessly, but at least I wasn't left out. And now I'm back on my own, and I'm too cool to be a dork, and I'm too dorky to be anything else.
You're not on your own. Where is everybody?
At the bike race at Old Bulworth Vale, by shiny bikes at the beach.
Bike race? Why didn't you say so? Come on.
After 15 years, I still felt that the story within this game was strong enough to be very engaging and, drove me to want to complete the game and, of course, to open up the map as I did. And something that I appreciated a lot more on this playthrough than I did originally was actually the classes throughout the game as well. There are a number of different classes that you can attend in Bully, and as you do complete these classes, you actually unlock some pretty decent things that you can use to make your gameplay a lot more fun. Like, for instance, completing Science 1 actually gave me the ability to have firecrackers. Or completing Art 1 gave you an upgrade for when you kissed a girl, you'd actually get a little bit more extra health. And a couple of them were a lot more challenging than I remember them being. Take, for instance, Geography 2. Now, in the first geography class, you had to pinpoint certain countries in Europe. I found that a breeze. I actually live in the UK. But here in Geography 2, I had to pin the correct states of America. Now, I lived in America for 2 years, but this one I struggled with a lot. And although I actually failed at this class, I actually found it a lot of fun to have a go at. And while some are definitely easier than others, I actually found that the little class options were some of my favourite times spent within the game. And I was actually kind of ashamed that you could only fit in 2 classes a day. But at the same time, it was good because once you got your 2 classes out of the way, you had the rest of the day to kind of run through the game, run through the map, do the different missions, get into trouble, and maybe even start a fight with a homeless person. Who, by the way, ended up being the best way to learn your next self-defense move, and which, of course, you would need very quickly within this game because every 5 seconds you are getting into some kind of fight. If you spend any amount of real time within this game, you'll quickly see why this could probably not be made today. But despite that, as I said at the beginning of this video, it's a really enjoyable game and an absolute classic as well. In my opinion, this is an absolute must play, and because of that, I'm not actually going to give this game a rating. If you are into rockstar games, you like the open world type of games, and you're probably a mature player, then I would definitely pick this up and have a go. Be it something that you played way back when, or never having played before, just experience what this Bully game actually has to offer. Let me know down below if you've played this game originally when it came out, your thoughts on it and your take, and if this is a game that you would yourself also recommend. And if you were stuck to the very end of this video, a big thank you to you, and don't forget to comment red banana down below just to confuse all those people not familiar with the channel or who didn't watch to the end. But I've been a Monk, and we've been Critically Clueless, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, take it easy.
Dumbass! You hear something?
I really love.
You're crap! I thought I heard somebody. Move! Let a real man show you the ropes. Don't let the girls see me like this. Look at the pistol.
Get a room, losers!
Are you gonna give me some? Everyone's laughing at you.